Welcome back to AFTV. I've got Turkish, and we've just come back from the full-time show. Great hearing what everyone else is thinking. Let's delve into your thoughts a little bit more. In particular, some of the players who stepped up today that we were saying, not that there was pressure on them, there's kind of pressure on the whole team. But the players who maybe weren't at their best last couple of weeks stood up. I'm thinking Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel. Everyone sort of stepped up today.
Yeah, every player goes through moments in a season. Seasons are long, especially, a 38-game season. You're going to have top players that for a few games are under par. It is what it is. Ramsdale, Gabriel's been a big part of our early season success. They've, been a big part of that foundation that was built to allow us to be in February, March, dreaming about being back into the top four. You're right, Ramsdale, last couple of games, his kicking out has been poor, decision making at times has been poor, great saves here and there. Gabriel, same, cost us a goal against Wolves, but we bounced back. There's an extra fight and spirit amongst this team. It's not necessarily someone makes a mistake and everyone just like, which I've seen in the past with Mustafis and Ozils and so on. When a player makes a mistake now, it's more like, come, just get back up, we move. It's still early in the game, we can get something out of it. So credit to that mentality that's forming amongst the players. They bounced back well. Tierney's another one who this season apparently he hasn't been up to standards. But for me, with Kieran Tierney, you get 6, 7, 8 bare minimum.
That's true, yeah.
A poor Tierney game is a 6. That's above average for me. And he's our captain in the making. So, I like seeing Kieran, expressing himself, but at the same time, when Tomiyasu's not there, he needs to be a bit more efficient, assured, step in, do defensive work more so than bomb forward. And he does that well as well. So all in all, Xhaka in his new position. Do I like him there? Not necessarily, but does he give more in that position than he does in the position we've seen in the previous 4 years? I'd say yeah. But at the same time, I still think we need an upgrade. Partey, doubts about him.
That was going to be my second question, Partey.
Yeah, there's been big doubts about him since he's come in. Big admirer of Thomas Partey at Atletico. So when he came in, I thought, yes, this is a central midfielder we need. Didn't hit the ground running, injuries, poor form, inconsistent team. Here we are now, Thomas Partey, last few games, coming into his own. He got a goal today, and you could see what it meant to him, as well as the goal linked up well with Odegaard. In the middle, there was a good few phases of play that impressed me.
Yeah.
And Partey was behind that a lot. So a few players that so far we've had our doubts about are really kind of, putting everything on the line for us.
It's been a good, the transfer window we talked about, how that ended, and I think we're still to see really whether the way we approach the January window is going to prove the right or wrong approach. I don't think anything's been decided in these last 5 games, but what we have seen is a team that over these 5 games they're not dwelling on it. They're not worrying about it. They're playing their football. They're doing their thing. They're working hard. There's definitely a togetherness. Were you expecting the 5 games to go as well as they did?
The Wolves ones in particular stand out because Wolves, they've been a decent, solid outfit this season. So the first away game against Wolves, I didn't think we'd win that game. We did. The home return against Wolves, I thought there's a bit of chip on their shoulder. They've bounced back from losing to us. They beat Tottenham, and I think they beat someone else in between. We beat them. Now Brentford and today against Leicester, and I expect to win these games.
Sure.
But over the years, games we expect to win, it doesn't necessarily turn out like that. So it's credit to the new mentality that seems to be forming. I mentioned it just a second ago, and I mentioned it before. We've had moments this season where the team has been knocked back, and those knockbacks, it can go one way or the other.
Yeah.
One way we've seen how it's gone, 8th twice, 2 seasons in a row. We haven't seen the other side of it. Hopefully this season we do see the other side of it. Them knockbacks are big for character building, are big for the future of these young players. Because if young players can bounce back the way they have, if we have a good summer this summer coming and we add the right experience in the right positions, this team could be on to great things.
They're going in the right direction. You talk about those knockbacks. It's even, you mentioned 2 8th place finishes. It's even in the years before that. In fact, it's been a long time since I've seen an Arsenal team show mental strength.
Yeah, it's not just the last 2 years. Even finishing in top 4 all those years without the extra bite needed to challenge. That was a weak mentality at times. And that all stemmed from above. We can't forget the Kroenke ownership, and we can't relieve any pressure on them. And that's the balance we have. Arteta's doing well. credit to him.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
team's doing well. There's a lot of players that I like in there. Mentioned that before. Now, is this ownership going to do well by the couple good decisions they've made so far in the last couple of years with Arteta, with Edu? Build on it. Build on what you believed in, Kroenke. Because the fans, slowly but surely, will get on side if it goes in the right direction, because the right direction is Arsenal winning games, is challenging for the highest honours, not necessarily winning. I'm not entitled enough to say we should be winning the Premier League and should be winning Champions League. What I think should be happening is challenging. That's all I ask for.
Do you think this squad in the coming years has the potential? I say coming years. Do you think this squad, when they start to get closer and closer to their peak, look like potential winners one day?
Yeah, the only thing that sticks in the back of my mind is Pep Guardiola, and if he extends his contract. Rumours that Haaland's on the verge
They're
of
another
signing.
level, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Man City and Liverpool over the years, they've been another level. If Man City, go through with that Haaland purchase and Guardiola adds an extension, this league is a very difficult league to win, especially when you're doing business the way Arsenal do it or the way Liverpool do it, and so on. Obviously, Chelsea have their own issues with their owner, so they're not so much a Man City anymore. They seem to be falling in line with the rest of the chasing pack, I guess. That's the biggest obstacle, Man City and Pep Guardiola. But we'll see. All we can do is, keep on moving. And like I said, challenge and keep on getting better and keep on showing ambition. That's all us fans ask for. We know Man City are a great side. We know they've got an abundance of money. We know they've got one of the greatest managers of all time. That's why we can't say, let's go and win the league. But I can say, let's go and challenge for it.
Yeah.
And that's up to the Kroenkes and what they do this summer.
And there we are, guys. Listen, we're still in this top four hunt. Nothing's signed and sealed. But when was the last time we saw a team that we were talking about its potential and talking about what it could do in the coming years? I tell you, it's honestly been probably 5, 6, 7 years since even longer since I've been having those kind of conversations. So we're allowed to dream a little bit, guys. We're allowed to dream a little bit. But the top four challenge and that fourth spot is definitely up for grabs.
I just want to add something else, because when Fabregas' era came through and that was a young project, I was fooled by that. Right. And, Fabregas told us how he felt afterwards. I wasn't fooled by the Oxlade, Jenkinson, Ramsey, Wilshere, British car. I wasn't fooled by that. I thought, you're having us on. Right. And in the end, that's what it was. You had us on. This one, I don't liken to that youth project. I don't liken it to the Fabregas one either. I put it somewhere in the middle where there's players there, there's young players there that, they've really shown something in their first season at Arsenal Football Club, first couple of seasons, if you put in Gabriel and a couple others. So there's belief there that get it right around them and we could move forward to where we want to be sooner rather than later. Dwell on it, get it wrong, it can set us back another few years. Hence why it's so important for them to continue getting it right. And I say continue because, again, I give credit for the last summer transfer window. I give credit for them sticking by Mikel and Edu when even, fans like me wanted them gone and wanted better. But that credit only goes so far because they need to continue adding credit. They can't just waste it away.
Well, guys, do you know what? It's nice talking about the bigger picture and the bigger aspirations and ambitions for this club, because ultimately, whilst people might be watching this going, did I hear title and stuff being mentioned? That's where we want Arsenal to be.
It doesn't end that top four, does it?
No,
it doesn't end that top four. No. Top four is not success.
I agree.
I need to drill that into as many people as I can. Getting into top four is not winning anything. You're not achieving anything. Again, I mentioned it before, 2 years ago when we won the FA Cup. Yeah. I had Man United fans laughing at me saying, we made Champions League. And I said to them, all right, well, talk to me in November, December if you're still in the Champions League. Because if you're not, then 2020, we had a better year. We won a trophy and you entered the competition that you got knocked out in. Yeah. So for me, it's the same way I look at it for Arsenal. If you're making Champions League, don't make it to make up the numbers. Make it because the money that you get from it will be used to really kick us on and move forward.
There you go, guys. Let us know where can this Arsenal team go. They're in a good place right now. Hopefully we'll nail fourth, build from there. Thank you.